This is Debbie with the Food Prepping channel, and tonight I'm going to show you a recipe that I'm really excited about making. This is like a Mexican shepherd's pie, and the first thing that I have to do is I've got 2 pounds of ground beef, well, ground chuck, in this pan on my New Wave induction cooktop. I've got it set on 275, and I've got to cut up an onion, and I'm going to chop up the onion and cook it with the ground chuck and get it all in there. And what I'm going to do is break it all up into the ground beef into little pieces, just like you would if you were fixing regular shepherd's pie. This is just going to be a Mexican shepherd's pie. The only difference with this one is you don't use mashed potatoes in it. There's other stuff that you use in it. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really excited about this. I haven't fixed it before, but it looks like it's going to be really good. And so while this is cooking, I'm going to cut up the onion and get it in there with the ground chuck. And when it gets finished, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. And the ground chuck and the onion is all cooked up. And there's hardly any grease in here at all, so I'm not even going to worry about draining it. The tablespoon that's left will give it good flavor. I've got 2 cans of, one is the Kroger brand of Rotel, and I've got the chunky diced tomatoes and green chilies, and I'm putting that in here. And then I'm putting another can in here. And I have doubled this recipe, so because I wanted to have some left for tomorrow. So I'm going to let this cook. I've got it on 275. I'm going to let this cook for 5 minutes. Oh, I've got to put some garlic powder in here. And I'm not even going to measure. Y'all know how I feel about garlic by now. I'm not even going to measure it. I'm going to say maybe a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I've got to stir this up. And after stir this up let this cook for 5 minutes and get warm. Then I've got a Old El Paso. These were in my storage. I've got an Old El Paso hot and spicy taco seasoning mix and an original taco seasoning mix. And I'm going to put both of these in there. And a cup of water in here, and mix these up. And this is going to go on the bottom of my casserole pan, whatever you want to call it. So when this gets done, like I said, I'm going to put the taco seasoning in here. And when I get to the next step, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. And I've got the ground beef and the onion and the rotel and the garlic powder and the taco seasonings in here, and I'm just keeping them warm because the next thing I need to do is I've got 2 things of Jiffy corn muffin mix, and I'm going to put these in here in this bowl. There's one. And here's the other one. Got an assembly line going tonight. My daughter's helping me, so she's fixing Mexican rice. Alright, and she's awful loud. The next thing I've got to put in here is 2 eggs. And then 2/3 of a cup of milk. I hope you can see that. 2/3 cup of milk. And I use 2% milk. And I'm gonna mix this all up. I hope you can see this. I'm going to mix this all up, and I've got 1 can of cream style corn that I'm going to put in here. I tried the corn in the muffin mix one other time, and it was really good. So I'm going to try it in this one, in this recipe. You hear Caden in the background. So I've got 1 can of cream style corn, the 2 packages of Jiffy Mix. Now I'm just going to stir this all up in here. Make sure it's all mixed up. Alright. Now let me get some of this stuff off of here. So I can get over here to this, and I've got my casserole dish sprayed. Alright, now I'm going to pour all of this on the bottom. This all goes on the bottom. Oh, this smells so good. So good. And then I have 2 cans of whole kernel corn that I'm going to put on top of this. Let me even this out. I'm going to make sure that it's evened out, so every bite there's a little bit of corn in it. And like I said, I doubled this recipe because I have a friend coming tomorrow, and I want her to try this. And I wanted to have some left over so we could eat it for lunch. Alright. Now, excuse me. I'm going to put a layer of cheese, and I've just got finely shredded mild cheddar cheese. I'm going to put a layer of that on here. Oh, I believe that was a little bit too much there. Probably not for some people, but I'm not really one on cheese. Alright, now the cheese is on here. And now I'm going to evenly pour this cornbread mixture. I'm going to try to evenly pour this cornbread mixture all on the top. I can't wait to taste this. This is going to be so good. And then when it gets done, if you want to, you can also put cheese on top of it after it gets done, just for taste or whatever, looks too, for that matter. Alright, and now I'm going to put this in the oven. My oven, I think I told you, my oven's been preheating to 400, and it's definitely preheated because it's really hot in here. I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 for 30 minutes, or until this gets the cornbread gets a golden brown color. And when it's ready for us to eat, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. Here's the finished dish. It's still very hot. My daughter made some Mexican rice to go with it. I'm going to try this. It smells and looks so good. So we're going to try it and see what it tastes like. The cornbread, the Jiffy muffin mix or whatever. Oh, wow. It gives it a really good taste. And because I used the hot and spicy taco sauce, it really is a little hot, but I wanted it spicy. So for those of you that do try this, if you don't want it really spicy, don't use the hot and spicy, use the original. But I hope you like this recipe. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you give it a try because it really is good. And you have a good night. Thanks. Bye.